Well, I guess we're here, and we are. Man, that was a whole story on itself right there, guys. I, hey man, I try and I hope y'all enjoyed this commercial. This is Next Day Notes. I hope you hear me. I hope everything's going good. I am a one man army trying to figure this thing out, and you know what? Sometimes I just can't figure it out. But it seems like everybody can hear me. Seems like everything's going good. It looks like it. I'm assuming it. I'm hoping that y'all I hope y'all, whoever ends up watching this, sees it, and I have good audio through the whole thing. We're just gonna go and pretend that everything is going 100% fine. Now that I got my bearings in a row, this is Next Day Knows. I am Trey J Creates. This is the Trey J Creates YouTube channel, and we are here today to discuss Kill Tony episode 737, which had Ian Bagg and Brian Holtzman as the guests of the episode. This is, let's just say cheers to a happy Tuesday, guys. Happy Tuesday. Mm. Sorry, I just spilled that on me. It's been one of them days. Worked, tried to figure all this out, and at the same time, it just turns out I didn't figure any of it out. So, how about that? But, you just keep trying, and hopefully one day it all comes together. But hopefully this thing is where y'all can find it and see it, and we make sure it's all doing what I want it to do. It's public, and so we are already. Uh, it's already telling me stuff that I need to do, but we're just gonna go right into the episode of Kill Tony. So, uh, anyway, it says everything's healthy. Okay. Hope y'all find this or later. I'll get the dang thumbnail and everything right. This is episode 737 with Ian Bagg and uh, Brian Holtzman. Brian Holtzman is a legend of Kill Tony. He has been one of the main comedians that's legendary for closing the club down, and is very wild and outlandish and sometimes straight up offensive behavior, which he displays through the whole episode here, and it's quite funny. I feel like. Kill Tony's kind of on a weird trajectory because and he addresses this in the episode. You know, pretty much all the talent that he's picked up and put on a platform and made big have gone on there or exploding and going different places. Like Cam's going to Saturday Night Live. He said Ari Maddie couldn't come today because he had other things he's been doing. So they're using Kill Tony as a stepping stone to further their careers, which is what the whole purpose of the show should be. That's what Tony should be doing with these guys. So it's great to hear that, but every week, we don't know what we're getting. And it's like he's trying to find the next big thing, and when he finds it, he uses it. And I'll come back to that during this episode. But decent episode, and we're gonna talk about it. All right, so now that I know that my stream is not 100% fucked up, let's go to the whole purpose of the episode notes. Um, and it's the next day notes. So I'm not all there. First person that comes out, which we'll fast forward to, so I can have this kid right here. Oh man, I am not good at this right here. This kid right here is Colt McKelly. I thought he was a golden ticket winner. I guess he's not. He's worked on the show and stuff, but he gets every what I do on the show is I go through every comedian that performs through their set, and I give them a score between 1 and 5 golden mics. And then at the end of the episode, I rate the entire episode as a whole. That's what I do. I review it. I review Kill Tony from start to finish. And it started with Colt. He ain't a golden ticket. I thought he was a golden ticket winner, but I guess he's not. He's been on the show several times. He works for the show. I give him a 3 out of 5 golden mics. It was a pretty decent way to start the show. Don't have anything written down as things that happened. That I think it kind of and towards the end of his interview, kind of started dragging out, so they just kind of went on to the next person. But he does good. He's a good comedian. He's an Austin comedian, so they very Austin type performing, which is short, quick one liners to get the party started and be as funny as fast as you can, which is a lot of what I've realized about Austin and I think that's a lot of things that people were saying about the Austin show is it's pretty much just be as funny as fast as you can, and we're gonna have to deal with commercials. I'm not prepared. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much be as funny as fast as you can here. Wow, that is so dark. Mm. Anywho, there we go. And that's a lot of what Austin does is do being as funny as fast as they can. Basically go to shock value and stuff. I do got a few notes about this next guy who's the first bucket pool. His name's Mike Holloway, and Mike Holloway has been a comedian for 5 to 6 years. I got wrote down on here, and this guy right here, and he's been on the show before, and I remember him on the show before. I wasn't impressed with him. He's the guy that everybody says looks like Sid from Toy Story. But as my notes I wrote down, he does video games and disc golf, and he crashed a bird scooter. That's what the two things he did in his interview. So not a real good interview. It kind of shows a slow start to the episode. I don't remember the episode. I watched it last night. There's some good things in this episode. This is not an episode I would recommend trying to get a person that ain't a fan to be a fan of the show, because it does slowly start kind of like Colt McKinley before him. Yeah, he had some funny jokes, but it wasn't like a perfect like just a bam out the gate running start of a show. I really feel like the first person that opens the show is probably the most important person to start a show. It really sets the pace for the episode. And this is and it went down. This dude, I gave it 1.5 out of 5 golden mics. That's a failing grade. And just he ain't loud. His voice is kind of annoying. There's some potential in his jokes, but he sucks at the delivery. He sucks at I mean, if Mike Holloway's listening, you got to emphasize your punch. It's like a build up. I'm not a stand up comedian. I want to be. I haven't yet to do this at all, but I know I am a funny guy and I tell funny jokes. But like, build up to it and build up with it with your voice and your volume. Like, just getting there and just talking like this and nah, 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 and then that being the punchline. It shouldn't be. It should be delivered better. You deliver it with confidence, because you delivered it like you did the setup. It doesn't make sense. It didn't add up. So I would recommend to this guy, who shouldn't take my advice whatsoever, but if you do, it might help you because I'm a fan, and that was the first thing I was like, you said the punchline like it was a setup. You didn't. Some people are stupid. You got to let them know this is the part you laugh at. A lot of people are fucking dumb. You know what I mean? So just they'll realize, oh, that was funny once you let them know it was funny. And there's several ways to let them know that it was funny. By the way you say it, by your facial expressions, by direct eye contact, by you smiling. I mean, there's so many tools that you can do to insinuate that person to fucking laugh. I do it all the time. Because my voice, sometimes I like to slither in clear their feathers and let them cook. Unless you drop in a bomb and let cook and explode on its own, then you if you want the first immediate laugh in the 60-second set, you want immediate laughs. If you're gonna leave a cooker, you want to leave that cooker there at the very beginning or at the very end. So when the cat meows, you can just sit there and watch everybody slowly get it. There's some. I'm saying this like I'm a fucking professional. I'm not a professional, but I know what I'm fucking talking about. One But I mean, you got the balls to do it. Did more than I've done. So the kudos to that. 1.5 golden mics for you, Mike Holloway. And let's see what you do next time, man. All right. So I believe I got wrote down here that we went to the commercials. Like, I don't know why I took notes of the ads, but I did. I took notes of the ads in case y'all wanted to know, and because I don't have no fucking sponsors. I got nobody sponsoring this shit show. So I I um do commercials with Heidi wearing sunglasses. Heidi's now part of the commercials. Might as well get the purrs at least. Purrs spend money. Sex sells. It's simple. Um, QO, which is they handle your calls for you. QO.com/KillTony. That's where you got to go. QUO.com/KillTony. And Prize Picks. If you want to get on Prize Picks, the promo code was just Tony. Look there. I don't know. Anyway, bucket pool number 2 was Sarah Sloan. Sarah Sloan, I gave her set a 2.5 to a potential 3. I noticed that sometimes I'm not really sure which way to grade these things. And I would say the set was still probably about a 2.5. It's a medium score, and it's not. But it was so much better than her original. It was actually some funny stuff. It's just I would talk to her the same thing I would say to the first guy. Maybe her delivery needs to be a little bit better. Maybe. I mean, she's still feeling it out. She's a Christian girl trying to make it in the raunchy Kill Tony universe, and that alone is going to be enough to. That's enough, and she's also now, as we found out tonight, because I didn't know this. Kill Tony, pretty much Tony Hinchcliffe hired her as an assistant of his. Like, she works with him every day. So that's an assistant. I'm putting two and two together. He didn't say it in the episode, but I'm saying it makes sense to call that your assistant. And the interview part was actually kind of interesting because she talked about stuff like Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't know why I like calling him Kill Tony. Like Tony Hinchcliffe likes to say about her. Like, he made a joke. She said it, and it made her laugh. Is that he sat there and started laughing at her. And they were next to a beach or something, and he just pictured her in a bathing suit around his friends, and it made him laugh. Because I guess he's used to being around somebody slightly built a little different than old Miss Sarah Sloan. But Sarah Sloan 2.5, I'm gonna go to that. So it was a potential 3, but I mean 2.5. I don't consider that. Well, I guess that's a failing grade, but it's a D. You're a D student right now, and you're humble, and you are. I mean, you came in and was a freaking horse noise that they say is great. Comes across the internet is okay, but it's funny watching you do it and lean into it. You got a good attitude and a good character, and you know I can get behind it. I mean, not like that. You know, because she's waiting on her husband. Keep waiting. I'm waiting on a wife, and they ain't none of them. All y'all crazy. Anyway, uh, but yeah, that's on the notes. She was actually funny this time. She showed a lot of growth. Brian Redband said it at the end of the interview, and Tony obliged. But it was a nice little highlight on her. She was the second bucket pool, and the momentum started to go up a little bit right here. So how about that? Cool deal. Let's go to the next bucket pool, guys. Let me get a little visual up here. I like to put a visual up here that way y'all know who I'm talking about. Brian Holtzman also was saying vulgar shit the whole time. Brian Holtzman killed it, and Ian. They didn't say it. They didn't like command the episode like Rob Schneider and Don Darnell did. Those guests commanded the show a lot. They did all the heavy lifting. 420 of them episodes. They were waited. They sat there and waited their time and waited to they were at. They did not over talk nobody. Even Brian Holtzman, he was more of like he was more of a acting comedian because he let his facial expressions and stuff do a lot of the heavy lifting. And I hope y'all like Dominoes. This is a I'm on I'm gonna do pictures next time. This is such a dumb idea because now I gotta wait 33 seconds before I can even get there. Anyway, let's just show some ads. How about that? Don't you want unlimited data? Don't everybody have unlimited data? Why they advertising unlimited data? Everybody's got unlimited data now. That's not a thing to advertise. Unlimited data. Who pays for data that's not unlimited now? Who? You pay for dang corn on the internet with a P. You don't know who pays for that now. Isn't all that free? It's the freaking 21st century. Unlimited data as an advertising revenue. That's stupid. Well, I even advertise trucks on there. People know what trucks are for, and they're there too. It's cost of a damn mobile home now. All right, this guy right here, special about my man here. This is JJ Alexander, and I scored him 3.5 out of 5 because his set was funny. He takes his glasses off, and he did a real good setup. Where the set was probably about 20 seconds of his minute, but then it delivered so hard, and it's like an aha moment of, hey, this is a comic that knows what he's doing. And he continued to crush based solely on his looks. Um, he also ended up solving a Rubik's Cube. First time that ever happened on the episode. He's solving a Rubik's Cube, probably in about a minute and a half. And he is the first ever physical holding golden ticket winner. Yeah, he won a golden ticket, and I'm not mad at it because I thought he was good, and he's not a cripple or a handicap, so that's a plus. Unless he takes his glasses off, but he he did great, man. Like and we're gonna let it play a little bit in the background while we're talking about him, but he he did good. He solved the Rubik's cube and stuff, but we'll get to the moment. I want to show it. I mean, I don't care. This is him solving a Rubik's cube right there. Um, and, and he ends up solving it in like a minute or something. But he ends up being the next golden ticket winner. But he gets an actual golden ticket, which is the first time we've seen this on Kill Tony. So it's a highlight. So we're going to show this little highlight the best way I know how. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. He just got it. So that's Tony. Okay, here we go. So right, he's about to get a golden ticket. So and he's the only one to physically get a actual golden ticket. I wonder if it's actually gold, like it's like money that they actually won. And maybe he'll take it to the pawn shop. I don't know. It depends if he has a crack habit or not. But here it is right here. He's about to get the actual golden ticket in a red velvet box. And that's actually like Willy Wonka. It says Kill Tony on it. So I thought that was something worth highlighting and pointing out that they're actually putting a physical golden ticket with the that's so flattering. Anyway, with it, Brian Holtzman looks so fucking happy for him. Look at him. Look, it's like it looks like Shane Gillis playing the Down syndrome dude. Look, it's just Shane Gillis in a costume. That's the Down syndrome boy. Anyway, kudos to you, JJ. Right, his name JJ. JJ Alexander, 3.5 out of 5 going mics. Pretty good as a debut. I say so myself. Next comedian is called Firm. This is Firm. Ferm. I gave him a 2.5 with a question mark. I'm going to give him a 3 because he deserves better because his jokes were funny. Um, he's a high rise window washer. Like the dudes like that go down a skyscraper or whatever and wash the windows. That's what he does. So there's really no reason for him to be as tall as he is, but that's the I wrote 2.5 a question mark. I remember him being funny, and I remember thinking I'm gonna go ahead and give him a 3 because he was funny. Some of his jokes were funny. He just had like me sometimes a weird voice. A voice really matters in comedy, or how you project it. You know, you got to be able to say different things, or emphasize your accent, or change your accent completely, or whatever. So, but 2.5, I'm gonna give him a solid 3, man. Solid 3 out of 5. Um, I'm really analyzed this episode. Usually, I'm a lot more loosey goosey, but I wrote down. I did my homework this week. But good job, Firm. I mean, that's about it. We're gonna go to the next guy. The next guy was pretty pretty calm, pretty pretty big dude here. This guy did 2 sets. He come out as bucket pool number 5 as Stephen Forrest Gump Dozier. And I gave him 2 out of 5. Um, so the guy did the whole Forrest Gump act because he figured that would make him get pulled. He said it and everybody kind of ignored it, but he done it thinking that Tony would see it, knowing that Forrest Gump's one of the, I guess, I guess it's one of Tony's favorite movies, and he figured that him playing the character of Forrest Gump as an old man would get him pulled, but um, he let that so they let that ride, and then he did another minute as himself, and the minute he did as himself, um, as just Stephen Dozier, I gave him a two. So both his sets were not that funny to me. It really wasn't. But him as a character and as a person was great. And here, this he's only 59, I think, something like that. We're about to get a commercial, ain't we? Now, it's worth the 35-second wait. But this 35-year-old man, 59-year-old man, participates in a Mexican drum off and actually does pretty well. Double bass, which double bass is something that I can. I mean, I play drums. I can't do a constant double bass. It takes a lot of talent, or just natural talent, or a lot of experience to do. And he did it pretty consistently. You could tell he was just trying to just make it hit it. He was just concentrating on rolls and stuff. But either way, he still did. He still not out in the park. Like right here, he's about to start. Look at him. He still looks like he's not. He looks like he's out of his element. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him go. It sounds like this. Sounds like that. But he does good, man. Of course, he does like every other Mexican drum off. He loses, but the crowd was pretty loud for him. One day they're going to have a crowd that's going to be like, fuck it, and do it just to be the crowd that changes the drummer. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I don't know what Hail Mary that Tony's going to throw out here to change it, but it's going to happen. No doubt. But he was a delight. He took up a good large chunk of the show. But there he goes right there. And we'll go to the next guy. This dude here, I wasn't really feeling, man. We'll see what we got wrote for him. His name's Tommy Tickles. He's been on the show. He did a joke using the word renege as a white guy and drug it out to say the N word as a white guy, which they say is kind of a loophole. I disagree 100%. When you're using it for shock value alone, just to be the guy that said that word, you're saying it. I personally believe that due to my white ancestry, which I'm got Native American in me, so piece of me is like, what the fuck you took this land from us? Anyway, small piece. My great grandma times 100. Her name was Sundance. Uh oh. And it looks like the video stream died. Give me a second. God dog it. We gotta go to immediate change. How about that? How about that? We're back on, ain't we? Yeah, that's professionalism at its best. Anyway, yeah, I gave him a. What I get? I killed my battery trying to get ready for the show. I gave him a 2.5. Not worth talking about too much. Let's go to Jeremiah Bishop, who's next. Jeremiah Bishop, I believe, is the weird dude that got caught with his dick all over the internet. Yeah, one of those. If he's in him, come on, there he is. Yeah, this dude right here. Yeah, they looked him up on the internet, and he loves coke, and he's homeless, or was homeless, and he beats off on the internet or something like that. Kudos to him, but people paid to watch him. Anyway, I mean, it works. It works. Um, I give him a 1.0 though. His set sucked. All right, 1 out of 5 golden mics. I mean, it really did. His set stunk. this chick that comes out next, her name's Hell's Bells, and you know what? I believe it. That's her name because she looks like she would raise some hell and ring some bells, I guess. But her set stunk too. Trying to get a shot of her. Yeah, look at her. Mm-hmm. Hell's Bells gets a .5, and that's just a participation award like they give my kids and when they just suck at the sport, but they like, hey, you tried, here's a trophy. .5 is what I give, just because you made the stage. You took the patience and stayed in whatever back alley or whatever and got pulled and had the balls to go out there and try. So .5. You got .5 more than I got. So that's why I don't mind criticizing because, hey, even the worst people on here done more than I have. But yeah, it stunk, man. I mean, I don't even care to talk. JP, one of my favorite ones is next. I like it on the show. One of my favorite things is when a comedian that's done well in the past that I remember comes back. That's not a golden ticket winner. That's not a regular. That's not somebody shoved down our throat every week, but a pleasant surprise. And this little kid here, he's a pleasant surprise. His name's Jay. Perfect shot. Anyway, JP Hinsdale, he gets a solid 3 out of 5, and because he's actually fucking funny, man. He's a funny dude. I didn't write down no more notes, but his first appearance was fun. I don't know what he did, but he did a great job. I didn't write the rest of the buckets. I didn't really write down much of nothing, but JP Hinsdale, this isn't his first time, and he they did something with him. I can't remember what it was. I think they let him act like somebody's son or something. I don't know, but they did a little skit or something with him last time, and he's great though. Look, I see good things coming out of him. The next guy is Isaac Battlefield or Butterfield or Buttlefield. I think this is the Australian dude, tall Australian bloke. Yeah, they did a pretty good interview with him as well. Um, Brian Holtzman's having fun with him too. Brian Holtzman pushes the limits on every single person. This guy right here, well, after the commercial, he's tall as fuck. His name's Isaac Buttfield. I might have misspelled it. He gets a 3 out of 5 as well because he tells jokes and he's been doing it for like I think he said 11 years. He's a comedian full time. He just decided to come. I guess he does comedy in Australia or maybe in Europe and stuff too. He's not very well known in America, but doing it for 11 years and solely doing comedy as his career, that's success. And that's living the dream, living with something that you want to do, performing. So I give him Jimmy Fallon. What the fuck are you doing on here? You ain't no room for Kill Tony. But he's a tall bloke. So look at this tall fucker. Look at him. That's a boom mic beside him, in case y'all wondering. That's a mic that picks up the drums. And there's 2 of them. And that's him. He's a tall guy. Looks Amish, but he ain't. He's just Australian. Same thing. Totally different. But he did great, man. He did 3. Nobody really did fucking fantastic. Like great. There's no 4s. Even the last guy who I think did great, because I'm really stingy on my 4s and 5s. I don't know why. It might be a me problem. But we're gonna just let the last couple seconds pull on its own because he didn't have William Montgomery. This is where he acknowledges that all his stars are going off. William Montgomery's off. He didn't have Ari Maddie. Cam Patterson's gone. Hans Kim, Casey Rocket, all these regulars that he's had, rotating regulars. That's why he's been rotating them too. But all these stars are just doing their own things that he's having to make new ones like he's doing. And he's 100% finally the people chose and the people. And I was one of the first people, me and Keith, gave him a silver ticket because he didn't get a golden ticket. Now he's got his own golden ticket. But he brings out pretty much the next big. I mean, the guy's blowing up and deserves every bit of it. But I guess if you know the show, he comes out with no jacket this time. Weird. His jacket's weird. He's got like a fucking fluffy jacket this time. and no sunshade. So it really fucking took away from his character a little bit. It kind of the things you need to make a character sell. Sometimes you really need them because Timmy No Breaks is a character. The comedian, he don't even look like Timmy No Breaks coming out. I mean, he can act like him all he wants, but that you don't look like him. We're growing accustomed to a certain look. So I don't know if the shit was at the dry cleaners or what. But he gets a 3.5 because he goes out there and reads William Montgomery's jokes. Like, he pulls out a piece of paper like William and everything. It says he's going to read his jokes. Tim Sheffer or whatever his name is, he's killing it, man. And he put in the work. So kudos to that guy. You know, kudos to him. He's doing great. But that's my review of Next Day Notes this week. I'm trying to get this show and get this shit together, people. I promise. We'll eventually have somebody do the show with me. It's a lot easier to do it when you're bantering back and forth with somebody. Bring out stuff to talk about. And, you know, because some nights like tonight I'm tired. And I spend like an hour trying to figure out what to do. I'm still learning the OBS system and all that. But, yeah, this is Trey J Creates. The whole episode, I'm going to give a solid 3. And that's it. I mean, it definitely ain't a show that I would say put on people on Kill Tony, the best one to get them hooked. But like, subscribe, come around next time I do comedy sketches. I got one coming out about that I'm be working on the night after this. I'm trying to, because I'm getting bad about posting videos about why 90s and early 2000s is the best time to grow up if you're a fan of comedy. And that's the episode. That's the video I'm working on now. So if you're into that type of stuff, or just stupid videos, check me out.